Okay. All right. So I don't have any connections, but I want to get some credit cards. I'm a business owner. Are you able to help people with that? And how does that work?
Yeah, there's actually two types when it comes to business. There's business credit cards and there's business charge cards. So if you take a look at your ones like Ramp that are 0%, but what they do is they do a factoring at 0% for 30 days. You don't want to go past 30 days. Some will go as high as 60 days, but you have to pay the full amount, similar to American Express. On business credit cards, ideally, you want to get the 0% credit cards. They go from 6 to 18 months at 0%. They don't go past 18 months. Some people want 24 months at 0%. I've never seen it. But most of them are right around 12 months. But at 12 months, you can't go wrong at 0%. Now, every CPA and every certified financial planner will tell the business owner, you can't transfer money from your personal credit report to your business credit cards because it's from personal to business. Now, I, for one, I'm not going to say I'm a CPA or an attorney in your state. I will state this, though. I'm very confident that if you claim that your debt on your personal credit cards are from business expenses, of course you can transfer it to your business credit cards. And when you transfer it, your scores go back up on your personal. Now, when you're dealing with smaller credit unions, some are business-only credit unions. Actually, it's 95% business. They still do personal. If you do some smaller banks that are flexible, you have to do a little bit of homework because they're either going to check your Dun & Bradstreet or your Equifax Experian business credit report, or they don't. They're going to for sure check your personal, but very rarely do they check the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code filings. So on these loans, on these business credit cards, they'll do a ding, an inquiry on your personal credit. But since our clients sign on with us for 3 years, we can get them those business credit cards. We can go back and delete the credit inquiries. We can get them to another flexible bank, put money in that account, set up a personal and a banking account, minimal amount, get them another 2 credit cards of $50,000 each. Now they have $200,000 at 0% for the next 12 months. And if you want to be even more advantageous, we can clean up those inquiries and you can even do it a third time. Now, if they're checking, now normally the credit cards don't report to the UCC filing, so they'll never even see it anyway. They'll never know. Your bigger loans, depending on what they check, they may or may not see it, but you can take a loan. Can I give you one more example of a way to take advantage?
Of course.
Let's say we get somebody an SBA $350,000 loan or line of credit. We can take that money to another bank, take it out, and say, hey, listen, we want to secure the $350,000, and we want 2 loans. We want a loan for $350,000, the secured loan, and then we want an additional $350,000 unsecured. But without saying it, you're basically saying, hey, look, we're respectable, we've got money, so loan us the money. And they're very confident if you have $350,000, you're not out to rip off the bank. So now you get an extra $350,000. But here's where the professional business loan broker comes in, Randolph. An average person would get an interest rate of 7% and 7%. The smart business loan broker will say, hey, listen, you're a friend of Randolph? Let me come in and let me get you 3.75% because we're going to argue that it's a CD secured loan. CD secured rate is 3.75% interest. Now you save over 3% on the $100,000, which is $3,000 a year over 10 years. It's, but actually at $300,000, it's more than that. So it's $9,000 a year, $10,000 a year, and over 10 years, it's $100,000 in your pocket of just one loan. You may not touch that second unsecured line of credit at 7%, but now you have the leverage going and you're saving a ton of money.
Man, as you're talking, I'm definitely knowing that I'm going to be introducing some people to Sam Sky because what you're saying is a lot of people don't realize a lot of these business loans, and you probably have more access to different, you definitely have more access, but a lot of times they say you have to have at least a 700 credit score before they even talk to you. But it sounds like that's not your world.
Not my world at all.
Is it not possible to have multiple SBA loans, 4 or 5 SBA loans?
5. Let me tell you something that I just learned. There's a lady named, I'll say it anyway. Her name is Althea. She runs the entire Florida SBA. All right. She is a superb lady. She's generous. She's smart. She's phenomenal. And I called her up probably less than 6 months ago. And I said, I've got a client with 4 SBA loans. He thinks we can get him a 5th. I said, is that even possible? And this is what she told me. She goes, when was his last loan? Was it during COVID? I said, let me check. And I said, yeah. She goes, was it a pandemic emergency? I said, I don't know. I've got to ask him. Contact him, ask him. Come. She goes, we can get him a 5th one. Who would have thought? But if you don't ask, you don't learn. If you don't have the right connections, you might not know who to ask. It might not even be in Google or AI.